Sunrise paints the highway gold, another mile to go. Got my coffee hot and strong, feeling that diesel flow. From the mountains to the plains, across the country wide, there's a story in each hall, with Todd right by my side. Oh, Trucker Todd, he's on the road with his camera in hand, sharing tales from the big rig across the promised land. From the engine's roar to the scenic view, every moment clear and bright. Trucker Todd, he lights up the screen day and through the night. He shows us how the gears all shift, the struggles and the grace. The lonely stretches, friendly stops at a steady, honest pace. For every truck stop, diner meal, and every sunset hue, Todd's there with a friendly wave, making every journey new. Oh, Trucker Todd, he's on the road with his camera in hand, sharing tales from the big rig across the promised land. From the engine's roar to the scenic view, every moment clear and bright. Trucker Todd, he lights up the screen day and through the night. He's got the tips for maintenance, the jokes to make you smile, connecting strangers far and near, from mile after mile. It's more than just a journey, it's a community so grand. With every upload, every trip, he's the best in all the land. Oh, Trucker Todd, he's on the road with his camera in hand, sharing tales from the big rig across the promised land. From the engine's roar to the scenic view, every moment clear and bright. Trucker Todd, he lights up the screen day and through the night. So give a like and subscribe to Todd's channel, true and bold. More adventures on the way, stories yet untold. Honk, honk.
Well, good evening, everyone. Glad to be back with y'all. We got a lot to get to tonight. I'm going to go ahead and jump into it and let you know about this wonderful hotel I'm staying at, what's going on with my truck. This, by the way, behind me is not the hotel, but I put it up for a mental picture of what I'm about to describe to you tonight. So, before we do, we're still kind of waiting for everybody to get in here. I don't know how many people we're going to have tonight. Right now, we don't have very many. Hopefully, some more will show up in a minute. The phone's been ringing off the hook today. Everybody wanting to know what's going on. So I was kind of hoping we'd have a big turnout tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We may just have some uh, stragglers that come in at the last minute. Let's say hello to the Gorilla Gang. If I can get it to pull up. I am in a terrible place, by the way. Says membership is up 200% in the last 31 days. That's awesome. However, it's the same as yesterday when we did a live. There's 14 of them, starting with Ramon, Adam, Racing Ray, Corey Oatley, Jesus, name above all names, Michael, Oser DM, Adam, 404 Trucker Dave, Late Bloomer, Darth Wampus, Gary, my name is Nobody, and Kevin Snipes. I appreciate y'all being channel members, supporting the channel. I sorry, I'm losing my voice. I also appreciate those of you that saw my video this morning and have supported Jonathan Huntley with his cancer. Those donations are greatly appreciated. And like I said, I'm going to be doing the same thing this weekend. So also, I know some of you have said you're praying for him. That's also awesome as well. And so let me tell you what's going on here, and then we'll jump into your comments. Let me start with the truck and what's going on with it. And then I'll tell you about the worst hotel that I remember staying in recent memory. I have no doubt back in my wild days, I probably stayed in some rougher places, but this one's pretty rough. If I don't get an STD from taking a shower here, it'll be a miracle. Um, so brought my truck in day before yesterday, got there right when they were closing. And so yesterday morning at 7 a.m. was when I checked it into the shop. They told me when I got there, hey, there's one truck ahead of you, then we'll get you right in. And I suspected it was either the air conditioner compressor clutch and possibly the alternator. The alternator looked pretty wacky as well. And so they looked at it and said, probably about 4 o'clock yesterday, they said, yep, you need an alternator for sure, and we can't test the AC compressor till we get that alternator fixed. The pulley was completely gone, and the belt was spinning on the bolt that's there that comes out of the front of the alternator, or I guess the correct term would be shaft. And ironically, I'm the one getting shafted in this deal. So they ordered the alternator. It said it'd be here tomorrow. So I'm having to sit here at the hotel. Now, my concern is that, they put the alternator on and find out, oh, it needs the air conditioner compressor as well. Well, then, with it being Friday, it could possibly be Monday or Tuesday before the part got here, because this Packard dealer, this Kenworth dealer in Columbia, South Carolina, doesn't stock parts that I would expect a parts department to stock. I would expect them to have alternators. I would expect them to have air conditioner compressors, things like that. Normal wear and tear items that go out, I would expect them to stock one or two so that they're not waiting. I almost wonder if they don't do it on purpose so they can charge, expedited shipping fees, things like that. Now, they did say that because they didn't see any damage, I didn't hit nothing like that, that they do believe it's going to be covered under warranty. They did submit it to Kenworth for approval, and they're pretty confident that Kenworth is going to cover it. But what kind of Mickey Mouse parts department are we running if we don't have basic supplies like alternators and air conditioner compressors and things like that? And why didn't we go ahead and order both just in case? I mean, I guess you could always send it back if you don't need it, or there'll probably be another truck comes in that does need it. But that's what they chose to do. So the shop themselves seems to be pretty good, but the parts department and their inventory seems to be very suspect. I was talking with my uncle about it on the phone today, and he was talking about it's that way for cars too. He says people will go to the shop to get their car fixed, and it seems like they're always waiting on parts. That parts aren't getting stocked in parts departments like they used to, and it's a real uh, customer unfriendly deal when you have to wait. Like I've told you guys, it's not downtime that kills you. Or I mean, it's not the repair expense that kills you. It's the downtime. The the repair in all likelihood is going to be free, but you got the hotel, and we'll talk about the hotel in a minute. And it's $85 a night, and then you got food and stuff. You're not able to eat out of your truck, and so you can rack up a bill pretty quick. I'm okay right now, but I definitely don't want to spend a week here because next weekend I'm heading home for that week off. I've got to be there. I've got doctor's appointments. I've got plans. So I'm effectively getting almost 2 weeks off by the time all of this is settled. And so that brings me to the next part. That first night before last, I stayed in the truck. They just had me park outside the gate, had me drop my trailer inside the gate, and the APU worked, so it charged the batteries back up, and I was able to sleep in the truck. But last night, I needed a place to stay, and there's a Motel 6 a couple of doors down. I thought, man, I hate Motel 6, but it'll be a good cheap room, or at least a cheap room. Went in there, they wanted $204 for one night. 104 was for the room, and 100 was a deposit for a total of 204. I said thanks, but no thanks. I've got a little electric scooter, almost like a hover round. I look like a nerd on it when I'm wearing my glasses and riding it around, but it saves me a lot of time waiting on Ubers and Lyfts and things like that. And I can put within a 2 or 3 mile radius, get where I need to get. Um, I bought it the last day of mats and used it around mats. It's really, really handy. But with my glasses on that scooter, I do look pretty nerdy, I'll admit. But anyway, so I rode it over to Red Roof Inn, got a room here, and this place is rough. There was a very questionable stain. There's 2 beds in the room. One of the beds had a very questionable red stain. Uh, they sent me like a review thing. How do you like your room so far? I sent them a picture, showed them the stain. It is red in color. They said it was either their detergent or their bleach. I said, I don't know about that. They said they do that on purpose to match the flowery pattern on the bed. Of course, the English was broken. I might be missing some of the translation here. I said, great. Why does the other bed not have that same pattern on it? They didn't really have an answer for that. That's when their English got kind of broken. So I just didn't use that bed whatsoever. This morning, I went out and paid for a second night in the room. And when I come back in, there was a roach at the door. I killed the roach, but that's not a good sign either. I was very tempted to move to another room today and not stay here, but I got busy. I had to do laundry and some stuff like that. And for convenience, I'm going to stay here one more night. But, you know, if they end up needing me to get a hotel tomorrow night or over the weekend, I'm going to be relocating to another hotel. Now, the shower itself was one of the worst showers I've ever had anywhere in my life. It was either boiling hot water or freezing cold, just out of the faucet water. Never could get the temperature right. It was one of those that it had the body wash and the shampoo in the shower, and it come out in such small quantities that I couldn't get enough to to take a bath. Fortunately, I had my body wash with me, and I got out of the shower and grabbed that body wash. The drain drained very slowly, so the bathtub was filling up while I was taking a shower, and it was just a terrible experience. Now, I did laundry for free at the Kenworth dealer. They also have showers there. I am very, very tempted to take the towels from here and go to Kenworth and take a shower there if they don't have towels at the Kenworth dealer, and then just bring the towels back here afterwards. It was bad. It's been a horrible experience. I slept okay, but around the fifth or sixth hour of sleeping in the hotel, my back started hurting from the bed. So hopefully, I'm glad I don't have bed bug bites or nothing like that. But it was definitely an adventure. If you're ever in Columbia, South Carolina, do not stay at the Red Roof Inn. Find you another place, even if you have to pay $200 a night for Motel 6, or I guess it's technically 104 plus the $100 deposit. But yeah, it was bad. So um, other than that, I'm doing good. I'm having fun. I'm getting to ride that little scooter around more than it kind of looks like a hover round. I'm getting to ride it around a lot. I've gone to the Burger King in it. I've gone to the Sonic in it. Had Waffle House earlier today. Gone to the Kenworth dealer a couple of times in it. So I'm just kind of putting around the neighborhood in it, and grateful I'm not having to pay Uber and Lyft for those moves around town. But anyway, that's what's going on here. I'm going to jump in the comments and see what's going on in your world, and I can answer any questions you've got if I know the answer. All right, here we go. First up today was Adam. He's channel member and a moderator. He says, here from the house. Hope everyone's having a great day or a good day. Yes, sir, I am doing good and glad you could make it in tonight, my friend. And Racing Ray, who's also a channel member and a moderator, says, I'm here from beautiful Lubbock, Texas. Y'all grab a gear and let's get this thing going. Grab a gear. I get it. Trucking reference. At first, I thought she was going to say grab a beer. And to stay in this hotel, I need a 12-pack. And coincidentally, there is a liquor store nearby. Last night, my key wasn't working, and I'm pretty sure that the person that was in front of me in line at the front counter to get my key redone was a prostitute. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of illegal activity that goes on in this area. I'm not going to say specifically this hotel, but definitely in this neighborhood. I've been out of the game a long time, but I would bet there's some criminal activity that goes on here at night. I'm like I said, if I don't get an STD in this room, the bathtub was questionable. The one bed was suspect. The other bed appeared to be okay. Not real comfortable walking barefooted in here. It, people say, well, Todd, I don't understand why you got a camper back when you had one. For this reason right here, when I went to bed, I knew who slept in the bed last. When I walked across the carpet barefooted, I knew the last time it had been vacuumed and who had been in there. Things like that. I knew how clean the shower was. I knew whose rear end had been on the toilet seat, things like that. So I get a little bit of the weebie jeebies in the hotel. Part of me likes it. I love hotels with swimming pools, love to swim. But I like cleanliness. There's something to be said for cleanliness. All right, let's see who's next. Gary Cook. Hello, Trucker Todd. Today I'm listening from the Love's Truck Stop in Prescott, Arkansas. On my way to Lancaster, Texas, I'm delivering to Walmart, D.C. Sounds good, my friend. I'm a little concerned because I'm supposed to be home on the 27th, and it's like 1,100 miles from here. They're almost going to need a straight shot for me to get there, and there's not going to be a straight shot. And then you guys know Prime don't want you taking a trailer home loaded or empty. So I'll have to drop that trailer somewhere and bobtail home. And then when I get to Lubbock, I'll probably put the truck in my shop and leave it there for the week so I don't have to worry about it. Nobody messes with it. I've got battery maintainers in there and things like that. So I can turn the APU off and just hook it to the battery maintainer. And it'll be in great condition when I come back. And Brian Vanderway. Good afternoon, Trucker Todd. Good afternoon, Brian Vanderway. How are you doing today, my friend? Kevin Snipes, channel member. Good evening, everyone. I don't have the hat on tonight, but Kevin Snipes is the one that gave me that really cool hat. My favorite hat currently that I've worn a few videos. Faith over fear. I really like that hat. Cool looking hat. Thank you again for that. Cheap freight haulers still in the shop? Yes, sir. So the truck, we were going along and it was making a horrible sound. And so I noticed when I turned the air conditioner off, the sound went away. I just figured it was the clutch on the air conditioner compressor. And I was going to try to run it without the air conditioner till I got my load delivered. And really, preferably, honestly, make it to Lubbock and get it fixed there while I was on home time. Uh, as the day progressed, I noticed the alternator wasn't charging, and the voltage got all the way down to 11.4. And I realized that wasn't going to be a viable option. We was going to have to get the truck fixed. You don't want to run a truck with low voltage just because of all the computer stuff on it. You can really screw something up. So I realized real quick I was going to have to get it fixed. And this shop in Columbia, South Carolina, was the closest shop, and it was a little out of route, about 80 miles out of route, but we didn't have a choice. The next nearest Kenworth dealer going south that was en route was like 180 miles south, and we didn't really want to push the truck that far. I didn't think it'd make it. And they closed at 5 that day. Supposed to close at 7. They closed early, of course. And of course, I got there right at 5, so I couldn't check in that day. But anyway, um, I don't think the shop's the problem at this location. I think the parts department and the amount of inventory they carry is the problem. But hopefully, the alternator fixes everything tomorrow, and we don't need that air conditioner compressor. I'm not even going to call them in the morning. I'm going to pack up and get out of this hotel. And if I get over there and they're unable to fix it tomorrow, I'll just start shopping for another hotel. I'm going to save this background though, because I think it's a pretty cool background for uh, Halloween or something like that. Kind of looks like the Bates Motel, gives those kind of vibes. Chris and Joe on the go. Hey, I like that name. That's a cool name. What's up, Trucker Todd? Hope you're doing well. I'm thinking about trying Garrison out. Talk me out of it. Um, so that's a tough one for me because I like Garrison. I like the people over there, but you guys know that I had money issues with them where they cheated me out of some money. Now, after I quit, they did try to make it right, and they didn't get me all of what I feel like they took, but they definitely made strides in the right direction. I'm not attacking them anymore or saying anything negative about them anymore, but I will say this, and this is true. Uh, I saw another YouTuber talking about this earlier. Uh, a lot of people think that when a YouTuber goes to a company, they get preferential treatment, and we still have to work and do the same things you have to do. But if they will take money from me and do stuff like that to me, knowing that I can come on YouTube and make videos about it, what will they do to somebody that doesn't have a platform? And so while I don't get preferential treatment necessarily, if a company does me underhanded or dirty, you got to wonder if they would do the same thing to you. But I can tell you that I'm not aware of anybody I went through orientation with that's still there. And so now there's a whole myriad of reasons for that. I'm not saying they're a bad company, but I'm saying we all go through stuff in life, but when they take money from me, and I've heard this from several other drivers as well. That's one of those, to quote a '90s song, things that make you go, hmm. And so I do not recommend it. But by the same token, if you choose to go there, I hope you'll stay in touch with me and let me know how it works out for you. Um, TransAm has been really good to me. They are not perfect. They're not even close to perfect, but they have been good to me and they are above average. And they do treat me pretty good. We'll see if they're able to get me home. I can't really be mad at them if they miss it this time, because truck breakdowns and stuff like that are out of their control. But I've been doing good on revenue. My goal is 5,200 a week after they take their cut, and I've been around 5,900, 6,000. The numbers I gave on my video recently, where I said my best and worst weeks, were wrong. I think I said 67 something in that one for the best week. It actually turned out to be like 69 something, almost 7,000. So it was even a little better than what I said. But I did say the best week and the worst week were back to back, and that was incorrect. There was a $5,300 week in between there. You can definitely make money here. You can definitely make revenue here, but you got to work. And for some reason, people think when they lease a truck, they don't have to work. And I wish that was true. It's a big struggle to put out these videos and do all these lives and everything, and run a truck 70 hours a week. And people ask me all the time how I do it. And it's very, very good time management skills. And honestly, sometimes I don't do it. For a long time, I was doing lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I haven't done that in a long time. I still hope to get back to it at some point, but I'm not there yet. Cheap freight hauler. Oh, you're not far from me. Really, where are you at? Yep, I'm in Columbia, South Carolina currently. I figure I'll be here tonight and most of tomorrow. Well, I know I'll be here tonight. They'll close in an hour and a half, and I'll be here most of tomorrow, probably over at the dealership. Where are you at? They did have a guy in my last video. I said I was worried about the load getting covered. They did have a guy come pick up the load, so I'm bobtail now. I don't have a trailer loaded or empty, and so that took a lot of stress off of me. I was really worried about that load, them finding somebody. It did have to get rescheduled. It was delivered late, but I was afraid it was going to run out of fuel. I filled it up the night or the day that I dropped it, but it had sat for almost 24 hours, running at negative 20, and I was just afraid that it'd get low in fuel and run out. Cheap freight hauler. I'm out of Augusta, Georgia. Yeah, that's not too far away. I was going to Valdosta, Georgia, was where I was headed to with that load, uh, and I was coming down 95 and had to divert over here to Columbia. All right, we're not very far in. We're at the 28-minute mark, but the comments have kind of died off, and we hadn't had a lot of people in here tonight. I was afraid of that, but I'm gonna take my hat off because my head's getting hot in here. Y'all get to see my shiny head. I'm still growing my hair out, but yeah. While we're waiting for people to type comments, let me remind everybody, please give this video a thumbs up. Share it on your social media platforms and hype the video, HYPE. All those things are free to do, and they really help me out. This is a great time to ask me a question, make a comment while it's kind of slow in here. If we don't get some comments here pretty quick, we'll probably cut this one short, and I'll step out of here. I've got a ton of people to call back tonight, and so I'll get into that and returning emails and all those things. But do appreciate those of you that showed up tonight. And last night I cut it off, and as the outro music was playing, two people typed comments, and I couldn't reply to them. So I want to give y'all ample time to type before I jump out of here. All righty, this may be one of our shortest lives ever. I guess we'll go ahead and cut this one short. I don't know. We may have another one tomorrow night. I'm sure we'll definitely get a lot of people in the replay gang. Want to thank everybody for being here tonight. And to irritate the trolls, let's say it one last time. Y'all have a good night. Take care. See ya.
And this is why I do this, why I'm out here, why I keep that hammer down. Flying by these road signs with home on my mind. With these wheels turning round. For my family and for my kids. For this life I want.